Welcome back to Ozarks Tonight. The History Museum on the Square is planning to reopen on Thursday, May 28th, with some restrictions, of course. Now, let's welcome in Krista Adams, the Director of Development at the History Museum, to discuss those changes with us and the reopening of the History Museum. Krista, thank you so much for being with us.
Oh, thanks, Jennifer. Thanks for having us.
So, Krista, first I want to ask you about reopening. I know you must be excited about that. I know there are also a few changes with that reopening. Tell me how you're feeling about this next step, and then what can guests expect to be different?
Well, we're really excited to be able to reopen tomorrow. We have changed our days of operation. Right now we will be open Thursday through Sunday. And we've also changed our hours. We're opening up an hour later every day so that we have a chance to deep clean the entire museum every morning. So our hours will be 10 until 5 on Thursday through Saturday, and our hours are 1 until 5 on Sunday.
Now, you mentioned the deep cleaning before you open. Will you also be doing that throughout the day? And what about interactive surfaces?
Absolutely. So we will be cleaning throughout the day. We will be sanitizing in between groups. And if you've been to the museum, we have some low-tech, high-touch items, like we have a dress-up corner in our Civil War gallery, and we have some Pioneer toys. We've gone ahead and we've taken those out of the museum for now, because those are things that are really hard to clean in between visitors. But we also have a lot of really interactive things within the museum. We have our trolley time machine, we have our games and our trains, and we have a lot of touch screens. So what we're doing with that is we are just sanitizing those in between groups that come in. So if you come in with your family, you can use all of those things. We have hand sanitizing stations set out throughout the entire museum, and you can know that you're safe touching those things because one of our staff or volunteers will be sanitizing between you and the next group.
Krista, what about masks? Will staff be wearing masks, and are guests are being asked to wear masks as well?
All staff will be wearing masks, as will our volunteers, and we are asking the public to wear masks because we're a tourist destination, and so people may be coming in from outside of the Springfield area. And so we just want to make sure that we keep our visitors safe, but also our staff and our volunteers safe.
Now, on May 29th, you have a 1-mile, 1-hour tour planned. Tell me about that. Can people just show up? Do they have to sign up? How does that work?
So we have started some historic downtown walking tours that highlight some of the areas that we talk about in the museum. And it is a paid tour right now for a limited time. They'll be free for all of our members. But it's $10 a person, and we will be wearing masks during that. We're asking our guests to wear masks also. And they're limited in size just to comply with group regulations that the city has. And people do need to pre-register, and they can do that by calling the museum or emailing Katie at historymuseumonthesquare.org. And we'll make sure that the people on the tour, if it's someone that's not in your group or your family, we'll be asking them to social distance as well.
Okay, very well. Krista, I know you also have the book club. Tell me about the book club. You have chosen a new book. What is it, and how can people get involved with the book club at the History Museum?
So originally this was going to be an in-person book club right before we had to shut down. So we have transferred this to an online book club. And we have a discussion group. You can go to our Facebook page and join that group. And people can talk about the group up until it's the time to actually have our in-person meeting. We do it via Zoom now. And all of the books are historical fiction. And the latest book is The Buddha in the Attic, and it is about Japanese picture brides in the early 1900s that came over from Japan.
Krista, a lot of changes. Even with the book club, you won't be meeting in person. This will be different, and then with the tours and changing your hours and the cleaning and all of that, all different as you start reopening right now. What is that like for you working at the History Museum? What have all of these changes been like so far?
Well, I'll say the museum just is not the same without people in it. It was designed for people to visit, to have fun, to interact and learn. And so we've been primarily working from home, but we have had to go into the museum a few times since we've been shut down. And it really, it's just kind of lonely right now. So we're really looking forward to everybody coming back. We have dots placed throughout the museum so that people can appropriately social distance. And we have these hand sanitizing stations set up throughout the museum so that they can come and they can visit safely. We've even taken the step of taking out our gift shop and replacing it with photos so that it's a no contact experience. If you see something in the gift shop that you want, you just tell our staff and we'll get it for you so that we can avoid extra touching.
All right. Krista Adams with the History Museum. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Oh, thank you. We really appreciate it.
And I will be sure to have, as always, on our website ways to get connected with the History Museum and the details about the tours and the new hours on our website, ozarksfirst.com. We'll be right back with more right here on Ozarks Fox.